Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brain Bean here again, and today we're going to be taking a look at Razer's Iskur chair versus Secretlab's Omega and Titan. And the reason I'm including both of those is I feel like the Iskur has a lot of features of both of those chairs, and so I think for the most accurate comparison, we're going to look at both chairs from Secretlab's line. But with that, let's look at some chairs. Before we dive into the actual comparison, I do want to acknowledge that I have done some sponsored stuff with Secretlab in the past. Now, obviously, I've said this a bunch of times, my integrity is not for sale, and as a reviewer, that reputation is everything to me. But I do still want to be 100% transparent with you guys and acknowledge that. And even to go a step further, I mean, I have links in the description for both of these chairs that are affiliate links, so it doesn't matter to me one way or the other which chair you would buy in terms of recommending it if money was all I cared about. But I just always want to keep it 100% transparent with you guys. So with that, let's check out how these stack up. Now, if you've been following the chair scene or Razer's release of the Iskur, or even just the comment section of my review video, or even what I said in that video, a lot of people have been comparing the Iskur to Secretlab chairs, even to go as far as to say that they were made in the same factory. And even though my reps that I deal with both companies have told me that they have no involvement with each other whatsoever, that was still a question kind of in the back of everybody's mind. So getting these three chairs right next to each other and being able to really dissect what the differences are, for me, made it very apparent that there is actually no involvement between these two companies. And we're gonna dive into what those differences are right now. For example, if you look at the form of the Iskur, you can see that it's got a more pronounced rounded silhouette that tapers up to a slimmer headrest up top. And when we look at either chair from Secretlab, they have wider headrests that go to a more toned down form. When we look at the back of the Iskur, it's a little bit thicker and has a more rounded look, while the Secretlab chairs are a lot thinner and have a more flat back to them. Now, looking at the seat of the Iskur, you can see that it goes up a little bit higher on the sides and has a more pronounced look to it, whereas the Secretlab chairs are a little bit flatter. The bases of both chairs are completely different, and I think this is one of the more definitive things that we can see here that kind of show that they're not working together, because a company just wouldn't have any reason to design a different metal base for a chair if the other one works, and the Secretlab one is nicer anyways. The pillows on both chairs are made with different foams, and they have different shapes as well. The armrests, however, have almost identical mechanisms to them, like I pointed out in my original review of the Iskur, so I'm not sure, maybe they get them from like a different company that makes armrests or something like that. And with these key differences, I think it's pretty clear that these are very different chairs. Now, with that in mind, let's go look at the good and the bad of each chair and ultimately figure out which one is the better pick. Getting into the individual chairs now, I want to start by looking at the prices and the finish options. Now, the Razer Iskur comes in at $500 and it's currently only available in a single black and green colorway. The Iskur is rated to accommodate users ranging from 5'6" to 6'2" in height and weights up to 299 pounds. The Secretlab Omega is recommended for people up to 5'11" and weights up to 240 pounds, and the Secretlab Titan is recommended for people between 5'9" and 6'7", but I personally find that the lumbar support fits backs best for people above 6 feet tall, and it can support up to 290 pounds. Now, I won't be including it in this video, but there's also a Titan XL version that goes from 5'11" all the way up to 6'10", and it can support up to 390 pounds. I think it's interesting here that the Iskur kind of splits the difference in terms of measurement accommodations between the two Secretlab variations. I think this is smart, as Razer's obviously trying to make the single chair fit the widest range of audiences. Doing this, however, does have a little bit of compromises to the fit for different people. Secretlab chairs are currently available in 34 different finish options with different colors, finishes like soft weave or polyurethane, and licensed special editions like Batman or Cyberpunk, World of Warcraft. And they've definitely got Razer beat when it comes to the different finish options, but I mean, to be fair, they've been in the game a lot longer and chairs is all they do. Getting into the comfort, the Razer Iskur has a really fitted feel that hugs you into the seat and kind of forces you to sit with good posture. It does a really good job at supporting your shoulders better than any of the other chairs do, but it also limits how you can sit in the chair. And lastly, the padding on the Iskur is a little bit more on the firmer side compared to Secretlab's chairs. The Secretlab chairs have a slightly more plush feeling to their cold cure foam that I think feels a little bit better to sit on over a long period of time. The ergonomics of Secretlab's chairs are a little bit less extreme than Razer's, and while Razer's are well designed, they're not as forgiving to different sitting positions as Secretlab chairs are. The bucket design of the Omega really hugs you into the seat, very similar to how the Iskur does. Both chairs have a slimmer seat with the sidewalls that kind of force your legs to sit straight forward, while the Titan's a little bit more relaxed in the fit. The sidewalls on the base of the Titan are almost totally flat, which will accommodate different body types or allow you to sit with your legs crossed in it if you want to, but it doesn't hug you into the seat quite the way the other chairs do. The big feature of the Razer Iskur is the adjustable lumbar support. Razer designed a dynamic lumbar system that has a nice curve built into it that you can have come out and support you as needed. Now, I really like that the Iskur's support has a more ergonomic curve to it that supports your entire back instead of just poking out at your lumbar. The Omega doesn't have an adjustable lumbar section, but it does have a nice memory foam lumbar pillow that feels really nice to use, and I've actually stolen it and used it on other chairs as well. The Titan does have an adjustable lumbar section though, but unless you're over 6 feet, I find that it sits a little bit too high on the back. The Titan's adjustable lumbar also pushes out a section of the chair that, while it does work pretty well, it doesn't offer the same full back support as the Iskur. And the Iskur definitely has the better dynamic lumbar support out of the two chairs, but I do think in a lot of cases, a lot of people probably won't even take advantage of this feature anyways. All these chairs have metal bases. I kind of like the glossy angular look of Secretlab's a little bit more than the matte rounded metal texture of Razer's, as it kind of looks a little bit more classy, but they're ultimately going to do the exact same thing, and the casters on all these chairs are very comparable. Both chairs offer pretty good pillows. The Iskur's is a memory foam pillow that's wrapped in a soft microfiber material. It's a little bit smaller than Secretlab's pillows, but it's designed to be used as more of a neck pillow, so it fits there quite nicely. While Secretlab's pillows are made with a super dense feeling memory foam, and their newer edition pillows also have a nice cooling gel layer on them that feels super nice. They're a lot larger than Razer's, again meant to be more for supporting your head, and the Titan and Iskur don't come with lumbar support pillows because of their adjustable lumbar devices being built into the chairs. So let's break it down. The Iskur comes in at $500 while both Secretlab chairs are selling for $450. I'm just going to come out and say that I think Secretlab chairs are definitely the better buy over the Iskur. Secretlab just has years of development and improvement that gives them a huge advantage in a lot of little extra areas. They have nice magnetic covers for the bolts on the sides of the chairs, and their finishes, pillows, and padding are all just a little bit nicer. Another big advantage is just the sheer amount of options Secretlab offers in both sizes and finishes. You can get a theme to tie into just about any other setup, and you can ensure that your fit's going to be a little bit more comfortable. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Razer did a really good job making a single chair that can accommodate a lot of different sized people, but I think that kind of design also has its compromises, and a single colorway might turn off some people that are looking for a certain look. The main argument for the Iskur is how well its dynamic lumbar support works. They did a really good job and nailed that aspect, but unless you have back problems or really require an exaggerated lumbar support, they just don't bring enough else to the table to make it worth picking over Secretlab. That said, I do think Razer needs to be commended for their first chair release. It's a lot better than most chairs on the market, even if it's a little bit on the expensive side. So if the lumbar support interests you, or you just happen to be a big Razer fan and you want to get it for that reason, I would still put the Iskur in my top 5 chairs on the market right now. I think Razer definitely has a bright future in front of them in terms of chairs if they continue to revise and improve upon their designs. But as it sits right now, whether you pick the Omega or the Titan, I think Secretlab is still a much better buy for the money. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Let me know in those comments down below which one of these chairs you think you would go with. And of course, if you made it this far into the video, I'd love to see you subscribe. So I've got a lot more videos like this coming for you in the near future. You can also follow me on Twitter at BrainBeanGaming for exclusive giveaways over there, as well as just keeping up to date with what's going on with the channel. But as always, guys, stay safe out there, take care of each other, and I will see you in the next one.